If you want to be able to withstand any crisis, if you want to be able to take a recession head on, you need these three things. In this video, I will discuss them. I think it's really important more now than ever. You flip open the news and you see the debt ceiling crisis. You look at the national debt. You see it's a bank crisis tomorrow. Each and every day, you're always bombarded with this information. And yet, what do we need? Three things. Let's get into it right away. My name is David Quinteri, and what I do here at this channel has been the same thing for well over a decade, and that is I spend hours a day researching, and then I give you just what you need. I break it down, make it real simple, real easy. If you have any suggestions, you bring that to me, and you got yourself a video. Let's get into those three things right now. The first thing that you need are real assets. What are real assets? It's something that is tangible, something that is physical. Why? Because if you look at it over long periods of time, these things hold value. It's very important to have real assets as part of a portfolio so that you can maintain your wealth. You find that real assets, they generally do not move as quickly on the up or the down. During a crisis, they might not be able to be sold as easily. This actually helps to mitigate some of the losses. Physical, real assets do not have that same liquidity as you would find in something like, let's say, stocks. This is really key to understand that actually being less liquid can be an advantage. We want what's called risk parity. This is something that Ray Dalio talks about. And I think it's really key right now to understand this because you are having a lot of things moving on this chessboard all at once. And if we take a look at it, I think it's going to be real key right now to have real assets as part of our portfolio so that when things drop down, we are not going to take those heavy losses. We're not going to lose 50%. We're not going to lose 80%. Because we have something that is more steady and stable. So real assets is that first thing. All right, the second thing that we need are assets that have passive income, passive flows of cash. Why is this the case? Well, we need that during these down times. And maybe our income is completely out of the question. Maybe we got laid off, maybe inflation has taken up, and now we need a second source of income to bring that through. We need something that brings in the cash, whether it's rain or shine. And this might be just an extra flow in addition to your primary income, but that's something that cannot be disputed because once we have a circumstance where our passive income exceeds our expenses, we are officially financially free. We cannot always rely on, number one, our primary source of income, but at the same time, capital appreciation, like having our assets just consistently go up and up in order to withstand the crisis. There will be times in which we encounter problems. Just think of it like your own house. There are natural disasters. There are problems. Things can happen in there. And so we have a rainy day fund. Well, what if you get taken out? What if it's a health complication? You want the money to still be flowing for you, yourselves, maybe you have dependents. You want that to happen whether you're able to work or not. And having that passive income flow is extremely important and should never be discounted. This isn't something that you need to put all of your attention into, but that passive income could in fact get you to a point where you are financially free. And the last thing, the third, is geographical diversification. When we talk about diversification, it is really something that is, okay, I get that, no worries. No, we need actual geographical diversification. So if you are investing in, let's say, real estate, you don't want it all in just one area, all in your backyard, because what if something happens to that? You have an asset that is not as liquid as, for instance, a stock. You could simply sell and move your money out within seconds. This is something that takes some time. And so we want to be able to have our assets in different places. That might be in different cities. That might be in different states or provinces, or maybe even different countries entirely. But I think that's real key. At the same time, we could have an asset that operates entirely online. When we have this, a business online, we can move that, have customers in different places all around the world, and we are not reliant on something that is in just one place. Your employer, for instance, what if the economy around you gets hit? Your employer might say, sorry, I know you're a good worker, but that's the economy. That's the recession. But if you operate online, or at least for one stream of your income, you are going to be able to withstand a crisis better than the vast majority of people who are reliant on their job exclusively. So the same thing applies to other assets as well. If you are, for instance, investing in stocks, are they reliant, those companies reliant on one single source of income? Just like the same thing, geographical diversity, we want that spread out far and wide. We might be looking at, let's say, Apple. Well, they have diversity now more so with their manufacturing. Okay, they're expanding into India, they're expanding into Vietnam. They're doing that. That's a positive thing for that company. At the same time, their customers are in Europe, their customers are in Asia, in North America, South America, so on. So you look at that and you have to realize that that is a good thing. That diversity gives them strength. So always keep that in mind. These three things in total give you much more security. You withstand and you have risk parity. And this is something that you cannot get anywhere else. This information is the real key things that I've been looking into over the last several years, and I've been doing myself. I don't just talk the talk, but I walk the walk. If you want to know more information, if you go to the playlist on my channel, I'll put it up on the screen here. Basically, go to the Money GPS YouTube channel, scroll down to the bottom. That playlist is called Financial Education. Check it out right here, and I'll see you there.